Hey, I'm Melanie Bajrovic. Let's talk about creating your real estate wealth action plan. Whether you're just starting out or looking to make your first investment purchase, or you already own a ton of investment properties, you need a plan of action. So my goal is to help you create that plan on purpose. And what I mean by that is the exact opposite of doing things by accident. Unfortunately, most people end up living a life that's simply the result of reacting to people or circumstances around them. Very few people will take the time today to analyze where and what they want their future to look like. This is really important when you're about to make huge investments such as real estate. And look, your plan doesn't need to be anything fancy. I'm just referring to your written declaration of what you plan to achieve, the how you're going to do it, and the why you want to do it. Of course, plans will change, but this would just outline your vision for where you want to go and how you're going to get there. What's the end goal? Where are you headed? And what kind of strategy do you want to use? I want you to think of things like, what won't you do? For example, I will not purchase condos, or I'm not going to do any commercial real estate. I also want you to consider what kind of properties you want to buy. How often you're thinking of buying properties. How are you going to finance it all? These questions are all part of your plan, which I want you to answer really soon. And it's okay if you don't know all the answers to these questions yet. That's perfectly fine. The goal is really to get you thinking and learning, strategizing how you're going to get to where you're trying to go. As I mentioned before, your plan can change. It's not written in stone, okay? It's fluid and it could change over time. The purpose of your plan isn't to outline every single detail, but just giving you a roadmap for where you're hoping to go. And your plan initially may be the idea of buying small multi-unit properties, but it could shift later to buying single-family homes or apartment complexes or notes or the 100 other strategies out there available. And that's okay. But you want to build wealth, right? That's our goal. So knowing that as a starting point is great. So let's start building your plan. Let's begin your plan with the end in mind. That might seem pretty obvious, but you'd be surprised at how many people start their plan by picking out a particular house without even knowing if that particular property is part of their plan or whether or not it's going to help them reach their specific goal. There are so many destinations that real estate can take you, and every investor is working their plan on their way of getting there. This is why goal setting is super important. And I really want to point out to you that there's no such thing as an unrealistic goal. Sometimes it might just be a matter that the time frame isn't realistic given your current situation. No matter what, do not give up on your dreams. You might just need to adjust your time frame for achieving what it is that you want. So what I want you to do right now, take out a piece of paper, write these questions down, and answer them before you start getting into making your first purchase. Let's just start. Take a moment and think about where you want to be financially. Get specific. When do you want to get there? Again, really think of a time and date and write those goals and destinations down now. What's your vision for your business of investing in real estate? What's your plan of action to achieve that? Will you be purchasing buy and hold positive cash flow properties? Maybe you want to purchase multifamily units or renovate and flip. Could your strategy be buying foreclosures? There are tons of strategies out there, so think about which one might yours be. And how many properties do you intend to purchase? Based on the economic fundamentals that you're going to be considering, what province, state, city, or even neighborhood would you think of investing in? And where's the money going to be coming from? Let's also make sure you have a compelling why. Without a good why, you're not going to stick to your plan. If you're only focused on your goal, you don't have a big enough purpose for achieving it, you're most likely going to quit when things get tough. Why do you want to build wealth with real estate? Is it because you want to spend more time with your family and your children? Is it because you want to travel the world and experience new cultures? Is it because you want to end the cycle of poverty in your family lineage? Is it to make sure that you can always provide food on the table for your family even if you pass away or lose your job? Is it for the freedom of waking up every day and doing whatever it is you want to do instead of having to do what someone else tells you to do? Whatever it is for you, knowing this purpose will really help you reach your goals. The more compelling your purpose for doing this, the easier it's going to be to fight through any obstacles that come your way. I want you to write down what your major purposes are right now for wanting to build wealth through real estate. And I want you to close your eyes and visualize what that'll mean for you, for your life, and for your family's lives. Now, let's talk about the kind of investment properties you'll be looking for and how you plan to do this. What particular property types will you be looking to invest in? What's the vehicle you're going to use to get there? What kind of investment properties should you buy? Is it single family, multifamily properties, apartment complex, or maybe all of them? If you already have an idea of what you want to buy, you can definitely write that down right now. Think about how often are you going to buy? Maybe one property your first year, 2, 10? The goal here is to see what your visions are moving forward. See what it would look like if you bought one property the first year, maybe 3 in the second year, or maybe it's one apartment complex every 5 years. This is the part where I want you to think about what your investing strategy is going to look like in terms of how often you're purchasing properties. And what would it look like in each of these scenarios, buying a certain amount every year? So write down now what your buying frequency might be. Next, we have to consider, how are you going to finance your deals? Do you have extra income, lots of savings annually that's ready to be invested? Or are you going to need more creative ways when it comes time for funding your deals? Sometimes this can be the most difficult part of the plan for most people, especially if they haven't learned what the different financing strategies are. I'm not going to go into detail on this topic on this video, but you can go to melaniebajrovic.com and learn more in-depth ways of all the creative financing strategies that are available to you. This plan can be written up on any piece of paper, or you can do it online. It really doesn't matter. The point is just to write it down so you have a preliminary roadmap for where we're trying to go. Make sure you don't just watch this video and not write anything down. It's really going to help you to achieving what you're after. And once you do this, you will have taken the first step toward reaching your financial freedom goals. Just remember that a goal without a plan is just a dream. This plan is going to help us get super specific as to how many properties we're going to need to reach our specific goals, what our cash flow per unit is going to need to be, what types of properties we're going to invest in, and which areas we're going to buy for maximum appreciation and things like that. Stick with me, I'll show you in detail how to do all of this. The how to get you from where you are now to where you want to be is what I walk you through in the Melanie Bajrovic Wealth Academy. To learn more how I can help you get from where you are today to where you're trying to go, just click the link below or go to melaniebajrovic.com and learn about how I can help you build wealth and create financial freedom.